this has been an interesting subject to the show. So I'm very excited about the show. I'm very excited about being able to welcome Marilyn Bradford onto the show to come and, add all her awareness and knowledge around addiction.
I know, she's friggin' awesome and brilliant.
Totally. Very excited about that. But it has been really interesting coming up with, a show title and a description of the show, because what we love to do is bring a little lightness and fun to this subject that everyone can take so seriously. And, we just basically added a whole nother subject that is nobody really takes light or fun. So it's like, okay, what shall we do with this?
I know. It's like putting together well, I guess I was going to try to find an analogy, but really the analogy is actually what it is. It's really that bad. Entities, which everyone thinks are bad and terrible, and then addiction, which everyone thinks is bad and terrible.
And they're really like a wrong, and it's like, it's not just bad and terrible. It's like how many people judge themselves because either they do have an addiction that they're struggling with, or they think they have an addiction that they're struggling with. And how many people and also it's like the secrecy about it. When people, tend to have addictions, it's like you don't want anyone to really know about that, because you just know people are going to have a point of view about it. Most people don't have good points of view. They have intense points of view. So it's like a secret hidden thing that people hide, which makes it even weirder. And then entities, how many people actually are more aware of entities than they're ever willing to admit? So they're hiding that too. So
from themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think that can happen with addiction too. People can hide addiction from themselves too. Or they can be so judgmental and harsh with themselves with addiction that all that stuff does, the hiding, the wrongness, the judgment, the heaviness, all the things we've encountered trying to come up with a description or topic for the show, that's really, I think, what keeps them, those subjects so locked up and locked in, where people feel like they can't shift or change anything. And I know I have, heard Marilyn speak many, many times about addiction, and she has there's such a gift in the way that she looks at it, and the way that she kind of creates a space for people to be able to look at it from a place of non-judgment so that they can actually change it. And I actually think you and I in our shows have the same thing going for entities. So even though this is the heaviest of the heavies, this topic, I think it's going to be awesome. And I'm so excited to do it. I'm just super excited.
Well, too, with entities and addiction, they're both things that you should get rid of, that you have to get rid of, and that most people think that they can't get rid of. So what if you didn't have to get rid of an addiction or entities? What if you could ask a different question? What if there was a different possibilities? How can I actually use this addiction to my advantage? How can I use these entities to my advantage? Just asking those questions right there gives you a whole different viewpoint and way of interacting with the world.
Yeah. And exactly. And it's what starts to shift and change everything, because those the way that people function with these things tend to be so just stuck, and not from a place of what else is possible and how does it get better than this. So I'm very excited about the possibilities this show is going to open up for people, and also just to give people information too about also how drugs can affect the body, and how drugs can affect the way that you communicate with entities, the way that you're aware of entities. They can affect, obviously they affect your awareness, how you're connected to your body. So there's it's a huge subject.
Right.
And I am excited to see what comes up. And I really, really hope we can get people who ask questions, who call in, because it's interesting to me to see what people really want to know about this subject, because it is so, oh my God, don't talk about that subject, that, it would be really, I'm curious to see what people really want to know about this subject, if people want to know about the subject, if they're willing to admit that they want to know something different.
It took me about 2.5 years to actually go to one of Marilyn's classes, which was recently. which is so funny. I did not want to see some things about addiction.
Yeah.
Not really, not per se like I'm terribly addictive or whatever. Well, maybe
Right.
I'm addictive for
Well,
other people.
maybe people are addicted to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
didn't want to know about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there were just a lot of other things in my life all through the years that I didn't want
Right.
to see in terms of addiction, and like I actually went to a class and it was friggin' phenomenal and brilliant and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, what if there's a different possibility? What if the end goal wasn't getting rid of your addictions or wasn't getting rid of your entities or your awareness of entities?
Right.
What if there was just a totally different space to function from and use them to your advantage?
And also just a space of like allowance for
Yeah,
yourself, for what's going on around you, and a space of not being significant, a space of it not being so serious, because all of those things are the things that keep things locked in. They're not the energy that creates a flow for things to be able to shift and change like they could change. So I don't know, Brett, what else is possible here? I think that this is going to be a good
I
one.
know,
I'm
right?
very, very excited.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time at a2zen.fm.
Yep.
And if not, join our Facebook event. Join our Facebook group. It's I Talk to Ghosts.
Hmm.
And we post all our events there in the replays so you can get them. And if you go to italktoghosts.com, you can see right now, at this point, you can see all of our past episodes. How's it
Yeah.
get any better than that?
Exactly. And yeah, come and explore this amazing topic with us because we're excited and we really want to see what else is possible here.
Yeah. Woohoo!